Started. What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Welcome to yet another World Series edition of what I hope is your favorite baseball show right here on YouTube. As always, I am Ivan alongside Stefan. Shout out to everyone who tuned in last night. We really appreciate it. For those of you who did not actually check out last night's show, feel free to go back and check it out. If not, we did put out a couple of shorts. You could also check it out like that as well. But anyway, we have a game 2 that is currently happening right now as I speak. And Stefan, it looks like neither Gossman and Yamamoto don't want to end up looking like the pitcher who gives the game up. So we got an interesting one.
See, this is what we thought last night was going to be, right? On the Dodgers side, especially because Snell, we thought he was going to have this level performance. Turns out Yamamoto was like, don't worry, Blake Snell, I got you. You know what I mean? But Kevin Gausman's matching him pitch for pitch, 0 for 0, inning for inning. And the way this is going, this game might be over in like 45 minutes. Like, it's flying, bro. And it feels like one pitch is going to decide this game. It feels like one at-bat is going to decide this game.
What it really feels like to me so far, and anything could really happen at this point, right? Because that 9-run inning that the Blue Jays had last night, I don't think anybody was expecting that.
No.
But by the looks of this game 2 so far, top of the 6th, right? It looks like the next team who strikes might be victorious.
Yeah. The one thing you do know is that both these teams defensively are not going to give you outs. They're going to make the play. I know Freddie had the error earlier in the game. So, but like Toronto's not going to give away outs. The Dodgers usually don't either. So the question becomes, who's going to play mistake-free baseball from now till the end of the game, and who's going to score first?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not talking about necessarily a home run, maybe a sac fly, maybe a double in the gap, maybe a single scores them. You know what I'm saying? Like, who's going to manufacture the next run? Because the next run might be the ball game.
Right.
And, like, the Dodgers feel like they're better equipped to do that. To me, they feel better equipped to do it because they've been here. I say that, and then Toronto manufactures the run, and we're sitting here all looking like fools.
Exactly.
Right? So, I'm just going to enjoy the rest of this. I do want to get into some sidebars tonight because Bryce Harper gave he gave some comments to the Athletics, so I want to get into that as the game kind of goes on. What a catch by Vladdy. What a catch by Vladdy just now.
I see.
What a catch by Vladdy just now. Wow.
Bottom of the 6th. So just a couple minutes ago, for those of you who are watching the game live right along with us, so this is now 16 hitters in a row that Kevin Gausman has sit down.
Yeah.
He hasn't allowed anything close to that since the first inning. That's a while ago, man.
So Freddie hit the double.
Mm-hmm.
Will Smith hit the single right back up the middle. Hasn't given up a hit since.
That was it, yeah.
That is insane.
That's what you call being locked in, though.
That's what you call understanding the assignment. Like, you want to... Listen, I think he's at like 65 pitches. If you're John Schneider right now, you can't pull this dude. You can't pull him, bro.
No, absolutely
you can't.
not.
The Dodgers saw too much of your bullpen last night for you to pull this dude right now. You got to play this game as if you're down 1-0. You have to. And I know that sounds crazy, but why are you saying that, Steph? They won last night. They have the advantage. But you can't go... To me, you can't go back to LA tied. You got 3 games in Los Angeles. You go back to LA tied, you give up the advantage. You go there with a 2-0 lead, at least you know if the Dodgers win 2 straight, you still come out of it tied. Right? Like, you got to think tonight is like a game 7 to you. You got to manage, you got to approach it as if you're down 1-0. Am I crazy, bro?
No, you're right. I mean, listen, I think for Toronto to be, legitimate in terms of wanting to win this year's World Series, your best shot is going to be ending tonight, being up 2-0. But I'm going to be honest, man, if you're a Dodgers fan, scary times are coming, man.
Oh, no doubt.
You got to be worried. You got to be worried because all that confidence, all that puffing your chest out, I think if you don't win tonight, all of that goes out the window.
Now, that being said, you're in a good spot because the game's tied. Right? So all it takes is one swing, one bad pitch, one bad play, and it's all she wrote. But like,
Yeah.
Toronto is good. Toronto's here, is what I'm saying to you guys. Like, they ain't giving this to y'all. Y'all gotta go snatch it. And the one thing you know about Toronto is they're gonna put a bats on you. They're gonna make you work for everything. It ain't gonna be free. And I'm gonna say this right now. Watch out for Alejandro Kirk. Got a feeling Alejandro Kirk is gonna hit a big double or home run somewhere tonight.
Wasn't he the one who hit the sack fly to bring in George
to get
Springer
it tied
earlier?
up?
Yeah.
I don't know
Alejandro
why.
Kirk, he's underrated, man.
He's
for
just
real.
the dude. You look at him and you're like, bro, you look like you're so out of shape. You look like you can't. We know you can't run.
He doesn't look like a baseball player. Like, just looking at him, his physique, he looks more like a football player than he does a baseball player.
He looks like a fullback, bro.
Yeah.
Damn. Question is, Yamamoto's at 61 pitches himself. They might both go 8. This is crazy, bro.
I say, let it happen. Let it happen.
Here's the thing: the deeper you go into the ball game as a starter, one mistake could be the game.
Yeah. And that's why a lot of managers, they get antsy and they end up pulling the plug because, you know, once you have to face a lineup a third time, that's when it's like, should I wait until something happens, or should I, you know, prevent it and not even allow it to get even close?
Remember we said yesterday, you got to attack the game, right?
Yeah.
In this instance, I don't know if attacking the game is the right thing to do. Because your starters are in such control that you kind of don't want to overstep, if that makes sense. It's like when you got a hot shooter in basketball, you don't want to pull this person off the floor because they're hot, right? If these guys are getting out and it's making it look fairly easy, by the way, it's 9:45 in New York. If you're watching, we're in New York. He's in Connecticut, but we're on the East Coast, right? Like, bro, this game could be over before 11.
I think so.
That's crazy, bro. And like, these are what the old school baseball fans, right? The dudes that are like 65, 70 years old. These are the performances they crave, right?
This is what they love, yeah.
Listen, forget about the bullpens. Who needs a bullpen? Let your starter go out there and do his job. Like, me as a retro baseball fan, I love the fact that in this playoffs alone, you had 4 guys go 7 innings or more. Yamamoto threw a complete game in his last start. Snell went 8 innings, I believe, in his previous start before last night.
Yeah, yeah.
So it's like, it can be done. I just think a lot of it is circumstantial, where a lot of teams and pitching coaches and they don't want their play. As Yamamoto throws a filthy curveball.
I think a lot of things have to fall into place, though, right? Like, for a manager to allow, you know, a starter nowadays to go 7, 8, you know, deep into a ball game.
Yeah.
Definitely gotta be aware of the pitch count. Definitely has to be a low scoring game.
Yeah.
And then also stuff wise too. Like, is this a guy who looks like he has, or he's on his A game rather? And right now, you know, both of them right now look like they're evenly matched.
That curveball he just threw, that it started at the roof and it ended up at his ankles, bro. That was crazy. That was crazy, bro. Listen, I love it. What I love, me personally, is the idea that these two aces are doing what aces do. Right? The one question I would have, if you sitting in the box right now, we about to go 3rd time through. Does John Schneider let Kevin Gausman go 3rd time through? Against this Dodger lineup, as potent as it is, as good as he's been, this Dodger lineup is potent. Does he let him go a 3rd time through? We're about to find out.
He better. And if he doesn't, you better have this master plan that works out, because if it doesn't, then we got other things to worry about.
And the only reason why I'm asking this question so vehemently is he's pitched into Seventh. He hasn't pitched into the seventh inning yet during these playoffs. It's been 6, right? So, like, does John Schneider say, you know what? He's rolling tonight. Let him get through the 7th, maybe the 8th. Wow.
I think I would say that's the best way to handle it, especially being up 1-0.
So let me ask you a very, probably a more important question. Does he go hitter to hitter at this point?
Nah, I think even if he were to allow like maybe 1 or 2 guys, I would still rock out with Gossman.
Okay, I'm asking that because particularly this particular pitcher, he's not letting him get the third time through.
Right.
So I wonder in his mind, because I'm trying to think like the manager. I wonder in his mind if he's saying, yo, nah, I can't risk it. Like, if depending on where you are in the order, you just got Shohei out, you just got the heart of the lineup out. So he might go back out for the 7th.
Right.
The question becomes, if he gets through the 7th with relative ease, is the 8th still on the table at that point, right? Like, you saw him think about, like, this is why we do this, folks. Because to me, the game don't really get cracking until right now. Because we want to see what decisions these managers are going to make. You got to think through the game, right? A lot of people don't think through the game, right? So I'm trying to think as a manager, Yamamoto is dealing, right? He's not giving us nothing. I got to make sure my guy can match zeros with him. And the reason why I'm asking all these questions is, if you are John Schneider right now, I got one. This is very important. Who's the first guy up in your bullpen?
Well, I know who is not going to be the first guy up, and that's Sir Anthony Dominguez, who I think yesterday he pitched like what? Inning in like 2/3 maybe. I don't think he's going to come back out, on a back-to-back. So that narrows it down, but that's an interesting question, because do you go to Bassett? Probably not, right? Because Bassett was another guy who pitched last night as well. But Bassett is also somebody who could give you more than what a Sir Anthony Dominguez can, being a reliever.
Tough combo, because if it's me, I'm going Dominguez again.
I would love for, listen, everybody should be available regardless of what they did the night before, regardless of, tonight, for example, being a back-to-back. I think guys should be ready to go at any given point, but who knows? It'll be very interesting if we do see Sir Anthony Dominguez yet again tonight.
Look at that swing. Freddie just missed his ball.
He did the same thing, I think, in his last at-bat. He hit something deep to center and also was right there.
He just missed that ball, bro. If he gets his square a half an inch more towards the middle of the bat,
right,
that's hitting off the freaking WestJet sign in center field.
See, this is my reasoning to go back to, John Schneider and what he's looking to do over the next couple of innings. That's 17 straight now, bro. Like, at this point, I'm like, hands off.
You got to let him go.
Yeah, you gotta let him go. Okay. You have to, bro. 17 guys in a row? Yeah, that's special.
Hey, it's a conversation worth having, especially when he hasn't done it yet this playoffs, right? So it's a conversation worth having. And the one thing you do know is that, like, he's been in control. It hasn't been a tough 17 straight. 67 pitches in the 7th is crazy, bro.
And against the Dodgers, too. That's what really amazes me.
Crazy, bro.
Had this been against, like, any other team, it's like,
then you're like, yeah, but this offense right here, can I ask this question? Did we underrate the Blue Jays, like, pitching staff?
I think so. At this point, yeah.
I'm not trying to be, like, funny or nothing, but, like, damn, you going 0 for 0 with, you could say Toronto's pitching staff as a whole outpitched Snell.
I think so.
Wow, bro.
Chad, what's up, bro?
What's good, bro? You not late. You right on time, brother.
He said he just finished doing windmills and footwork. All right, sounds like gymnastics to me.
Know what I mean? And then the question too is, right? Who's the first person off your bench? in a pinch hit spot, right? Like, who's the first guy you're going to off the bench,
I
right?
think
Like,
in the Blue Jays case, because Bo Bichette didn't actually start, I could see Bo
he might be
Bichette
the first guy
coming
off the
up
bench.
tonight, yeah, in a pinch hit
Yeah.
role.
Mm-hmm. All right. So it's 3-2, 71 pitches, right? So it's like, you don't want to walk the dude. If he gets a base hit, fine. Don't walk him because then walks are like instant rally starters.
And we've seen it happen a few times.
Will Smith just went yah-yah. 2-1 Dodgers.
Wow. See, now you gotta, now's that time.
This is what I'm saying. Like, I understand keeping him in and I understand all that. But that one pitch could be the ball game.
Yep. It might be.
Right? Like, I don't want to be the guy that says, oh, that's not fair. We can't think like that. But the idea that it could be one pitch that wrecks this whole game.
Yeah, because now the Dodgers, if they wanted to, and of course it depends on how Yamamoto looks after this inning, of course. But if the Dodgers wanted to, they can go Yamamoto straight to Roki Sasaki.
I don't think Roki closes, though.
You don't think he closes?
From what I've seen in the playoffs, it's been shaky, right? It hasn't been like crispy, right? And for all the stuff we talk about Blake Trinan, and he's had a tough go of it, he's a veteran. He's pitched in the playoffs before. He understands the assignment.
So you'd rather them go to him?
If I'm gonna lose, I'm gonna lose the veteran.
Yeah.
Because if we lose and you leave it on the kid, you might kill his confidence. You gotta remember, he's 23, bro. We ain't talking about, a grizzled veteran that been here for 10 years. 23 is still fairly young.
This is where I think John Schneider is messing up a bit, right? Because it's one thing if you want to allow Gausman to stay in to see how deeper he could get into this ball game before the Will Smith home run. Now that he homered, why is Kevin Gausman still in this game?
So this is why I asked the question.
Because if we were having a conversation before Will Smith went yard, there should be no reason why we're still having that conversation. It should be automatically pulling the plug.
But that's why I asked you, do you have somebody up just in case something like that happened? The guy that just got up, he just started throwing like a couple minutes ago.
Right.
He's not even fully warm yet. That's why in my head, I'm like, yo, somebody should already be firing bullets by the time. So if something did happen, you could automatically go, yo, my man, you gotta, fam. Right? Like, tough.
And even if he does get out of this, right, and it's only a 2-1 ball game, still credit to Gausman just for being able to pitch that deep into the ball game.
Yeah, of course.
And only allowing the Dodgers to score 2 runs,
Listen, Will Smith, that guy's a pro, by the way. His stat line tonight, he has both RBIs. Hit the single that drove him Freddie in the first and hit the home run that gave him the lead.
Right.
From the catching position, right? Like, we can't underestimate how important the catcher is on a big league team. Like, people, like, they forget it. And I'm like, you can't forget that, bro. The catcher is the most important position on the field. You could argue it all you want to, but, like, Will Smith has done his job. And the thing that I find fascinating is, how does Dave Roberts handle the next inning? If Yamamoto goes out there and gives up a walk, first batter, is somebody up in the Dodger bullpen ready to rescue him? Because we could ask the same question. You just asked me about Toronto. We could ask it about the Dodgers too.
I think you should kind of already have somebody stretching and getting themselves going just to kind of see, like if something were to spiral out of control.
It's a very, oh man. I don't envy the one of these managers right now.
I don't. I'm not mad at John Schneider for allowing, Kevin Gausman to come into the 7th inning.
Yeah.
I'm not a big fan of, him still being in this ball game, but I say that and then he might get out of this and it's just a 2-1 ball game, so.
Listen,
but it's the fact that you gave up the lead. That's this late into the ball game, knowing that the Dodgers, they have a thing for close ball games, right? Like they just know when to come through. They know how to, slam the door shut if needed. I don't know. It's gonna be tricky for the Blue Jays. Let me actually get this box out the way real quick.
Yeah, nah, it's a tough. Listen, if it's me, I'm sitting there like, man, back to back Yaya jobs. Max Muncy just went deep.
And that's why I just said what I said, bro. I mean, listen, if you're the Dodgers, this is exactly what you want to do. But this is why even allow there to be an opportunity for them to score? Listen, you could score again. Nothing wrong with scoring again, as I mentioned, because if you're the Dodgers, you want to do that.
No,
but
yeah,
in the Blue Jays case, why let it happen to Kevin again? Big mistake.
So it begs the question then. Why was he in the game in the 7th inning to start with?
That I understand, because I would have allowed him to enter the 7th to begin with,
I don't know if I would have, because
you wouldn't have.
You know why? You haven't done it all postseason, and the one time you allow it, he gives up 2 homers.
Right.
Now you're in a hole, right? If this is what you've been doing all year, do what you've been doing all year. Don't change now because you got to the series. Right? Now, I get it. I appreciate the fact that he did it. It was a risky move. It was a big boy move. But you better have a big boy explanation post game if you lose. Because the media is going to ask you, well, Kevin Gausman haven't gotten to the 7th inning. And people got dates. People have this stuff researched, ESPN research, Elias Sportsboro, they all got research. They're going to tell you at the end of this game, when's the last time Kevin Gausman pitched into the 7th inning? And if you don't have an answer, the media is going to question, why was he in this game when he was never in this game? You didn't do it early in the playoffs. You didn't do it in a 7-game series when you needed those wins. And you're going to do it now? With a chance to win the championship? Don't understand that. That's an unnecessary risk.
The Blue Jays offense, they're definitely good enough to be able to come back and tie this game.
No, for sure. Listen,
I don't know.
I'll tell you this. My money is they come back and take the lead.
The Blue Jays?
Yes.
Damn, if that's the case, then I think Yamamoto ends up screwing up. I think maybe whoever comes in after
I don't even think it's Yamamoto that gives it up. I think it's the Dodger bullpen that listen, the Dodger bullpen for the entire year has been a question of constant, do they have it in them? Right? We've been asking, do they have it in them?
They have it in them, all right. They in the World Series again.
Yeah, but look at how they look at how hard how difficult it was for them to get here.
Yeah,
it wasn't mapped out where you're like, oh, okay, this I understand why they went here.
No, they've had to figure it out manually.
You literally had to mix and match and glue it together, sticks. We went back to elementary school trying to put a bullpen together, brother. Yeah. I think I saw the Elmer's glue in Doc Rivers' bag. You remember the Elmer's glue, the glue stick? You know what I'm saying? Just try and get it to, work out. But, and then, look, you see how funny baseball is? They get the out on one pitch. And you're sitting there going, yo, you know what, man? That's crazy. That is crazy. It took one pitch. Did you leave Gausman out there a pitch or too long?
I think so.
And that's the thing. That's when it's not fair to question these managers because it's not an easy job. Trust me, I don't want it. You don't want it. I'd rather be sitting here doing what we're doing now.
I questioned Dave Roberts last night, actually, and I was like, yo, why? You already had first and second with Blake Snell on the mound. Why even allow him to load the bases up,
But I think Dave Roberts has more wiggle room than John Schneider does. Because you've won a World Series. You've been to multiple World Series. Of course, there's a lot of trial and error.
Yeah.
But you've been here. If this doesn't work out for John Schneider, you don't know what the confidence level is in that locker room or in that clubhouse by the time we go to L.A.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, bro, we had him on the ropes, and you let this dude get out there, pitch him too long, and now we in a tie. Now you in a fight. Now you in a battle. Now it's like, God, what are we gonna do? It's not fun.
I'll tell you one thing. if we do get to see another start in this series out of Kevin Gossman, I don't think John Schneider makes that same decision.
I don't know. Listen,
He might think twice.
here's the
You
thing.
know, let's say, fifth, sixth inning comes around. I guarantee you the mind is going to start, working on its own. Like,
Yeah,
I remember game two. I didn't forget.
that's a tough proposition because listen, you could say it's unfair in the moment. You can't think like that. You can't question it. We can't. Yes, it's hard. Yes, Sox fan was good, bro.
What's going on?
But it's a very tough position to be in because like either way, right? If it works out, he's a genius. He gave up 2 home runs, and now we're still looking at the dude going, "What the hell did you do, big dog? What's good, bro?"
Nick, what's going on, bro? You here for the World Series? I'm surprised, man.
Nah, I mean, he Canadian for the series. He Canadian. He gave away his American card. He Canadian. He rocking with the boys from the Sixers series, bro. You know what I mean? It's not fun to be one of these managers, bro. I'm gonna be honest with you. And the thing that I find myself thinking about is like Bo Bichette, dangerous guy lurking on the bench. And I'm sorry, till I see that you buried the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays had the most comebacks in baseball this year. They like going against teams' bullpens. Bullpens to them are like food. It's like snake to a lion. Oh, you throwing in your bull? Oh, okay, all right. You know what I mean? And the question is, it's like, who is gonna be the first piranha that gets a bite? That curveball is filthy. Yamamoto's like, you gave me 2 runs. That might be a wrap. I might be riding this thing all the way through. And if you're Dave Roberts, he's at 72 pitches in the 7th. He might not come out the rest of this game, bro.
You think they allow him to throw the complete game?
What other choice you got?
Right.
They seen your bullpen. Like, let me ask you a question. What's the pitch count he has to get through in this inning for you to be like, you can go back out for the 8th and possibly the 9th? Where does he have to end?
So we're in the bottom of the 7th. He's at 74 pitches now, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if he finishes this inning with, I don't know, I'd say around like 85, 87, you could definitely come back out for the 8th. Now, I'd have to see where he ends the 8th with to consider bringing him out for the 9th because, he could either be very close to 100 or already at 100 by the time the 8th inning comes to an end.
Could be. That means he would have thrown 75 pitches from now to then.
I think Yamamoto, he threw a complete game these playoffs.
His last start was a complete game against the Brewers, yeah.
Right.
His last start.
He allowed one, it wasn't a shutout, right?
No, he won 4-0. Yeah, they won 4-0. He shut out the Brewers, yeah.
Let me see.
His last start was a shutout, I believe, yeah.
I have a feeling he went like the distance.
Oh, it might have been 5-1. He might have given up a run. Yeah.
So I'm looking at it right now. So he got the complete game, 3 hits, 1 earned run. So yeah, this is very similar. He might actually, who knows? They might repeat.
Look at this, bro. He's at 2. He got 2 outs in the 7th. He's at 77 pitches. He's going back out for the 8th and 9th, bro. He's going the whole way. If he's gonna blow this, it's gonna be on him.
I think he wants it too,
I mean, you got to at least go back there tied. You can't go back there. No way.
Speaking of Bo Bichette, look who's out. Bo Bichette.
Bad move by John Schneider. I'd have had the ace in the hole just waiting till you had a bigger spot. This is not a big enough spot in the game because even if he goes deep, you're still down 1 run.
Right. You think
him I'm saving for. Yeah, him I'm saving for when there's a guy on second. We could tie it up. He hits a homer. It's a tie game, right? Like, the one ace in the hole, you can't use it. If it was a run game, I would buy it. Because even if he hits a double, single scores, now it's a tie game.
Right. Sox fan for life. He says 100 pitches is nothing for the Japanese.
I'm serious, bro.
Yeah. I've heard some, one of my boys actually, he had told me how he had seen like a video on like how pitchers and just baseball players,
the way they train is different.
Over there in Japan is different, bro. Man.
Yeah, the way they train.
Like, it's unheard of.
Baseball is like a way of life to them dudes out there. It's crazy. Yeah. What Sox fan for life left the comment 17. I don't know what he was referring to. Oh, Gosman retiring 17 guys. Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yo, to the people in here, what's up, bro? 5 people in here. Throw, big up yourselves one time. This is I'm trying. Know what I'm saying? We trying to get a couple more people in here. Yo, Mookie makes it look easy as short, bro. His first step, we going to the 8th. We are going to the Yoshinobu
Blue Jays
Yamamoto.
ain't coming back, bro.
Yoshinobu Yamamoto is out here doing yeoman's work on a Saturday night. What Elton John said, Saturday nights are right for fighting. Yamamoto's like Saturday nights are right for pitching, dog. We out here.
I mean,
Know what
this
I
is what
mean?
I was expecting, though, honestly, especially with the way the Blue Jays won game 1 last night.
Yeah, bro.
It had to come down to something like this, because I'm gonna be honest. While I wasn't all that upset about the Blue Jays winning game 1, I certainly didn't think that they'd end up putting, what was it, like 11 runs that they scored, right? I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. Nobody did, and that's the beauty of baseball. That's why we're here. It's just you never know what teams, what situations, or what is gonna allow these teams to lock in and get them to turn, and you know what I mean.
Series doesn't start until you win on the road.
I've heard that. I've heard that.
Well,
Yeah,
I
I've heard
guess it starts today for the Dodgers because
I guess so. I guess so. Yeah. And this is the fun part of this is gonna be right. So if the Dodgers don't have to use no bullpen pieces, you could treat Game 3 as like, yo, you know what? All hands on deck. Because if we snatch a 2-1 lead, it might be a wrap.
Right. Well,
might
I
be.
mean, I think the off day tomorrow helps even the Blue Jays bullpen though as
No
well.
doubt. No doubt. For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. Yeah. No doubt. Wow. The game going into the game Monday night, this changes the whole equation for the Dodgers for the game Monday night.
Right.
Because now Glass now only has to go maybe 6, maybe 7. Now I don't got to worry about Glass now going into the 7th, 8th because Yamamoto he did it for me, right? So this changes the whole equation if you're Dave Roberts. And what it also shows me too is that like momentum is a tricky thing, right? Because Toronto wins yesterday and the media's like, oh, the Dodgers are in trouble, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yo, if the Dodgers win today, we back even. What trouble? We back even. Ain't no trouble.
That's true.
Trouble would be as if I'm down 2-0.
Yeah, I think that would have been more of a concern. And not to knock the Blue Jays for winning the first game, but I had even said it last night here on the stream where I was like, I don't really think this does much for the Dodgers other than the fact that you haven't really had any concerns up until the World Series now.
Mm-hmm. Does Joe Ryan or Scuba get traded? Yes. Yes on Scuba for sure.
Yeah, Scuba, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yes on Scuba for sure. Joe Ryan maybe, because that I mean, what if you're the Twins? Why do you even keep that dude? Like you're not.
It's not that I don't think Joe Ryan is not going to be moved, but if you would have asked me what comes first, either Joe Ryan or
Scuba's gonna get moved first. Yeah,
yeah. Because at first, you had introduced it to me, Stefan, and I was like, okay, I understand ultimately why he has to be moved. But I certainly didn't think that it would be something that would happen before opening day next season. But it looks like it might happen before this year's even over.
So we were having a conversation on the phone. What did I tell you when we had this conversation about a week ago?
You said they have to.
They're moving him, dog. Mm-hmm. There ain't no, let's see what happens. No. You are getting traded. If the sun rises tomorrow morning, they are trading that brother in the middle of December. It is happening. It's going down. Because one thing that I know and one thing that I can tell you with absolute certainty, these front offices don't like to give away, they don't like to get a guy as close as he is to free agency and not get some type of value. We can't give him what he's looking for in the open market. The Tigers are stupid, but I'm going to tell you why they're stupid, because he should have been traded last year. You should have did it with another full year left on his contract. Now you're trading him with another year gone. He only has this year left, and then he hit free agency.
Right.
What value did you really get if you're the Tigers? You didn't get no value. The only caveat that I would throw into this mix, as Shohei hits a broken bat single, here we go, the Dodgers are dodgering now, here we go. The only caveat that I would throw into this mix is the idea that if a lockout happens at the end of next offseason, there's not going to be the unlimited funds like there was for a Soto, like there was for a lot of these free agents in years past, where you see guys getting 700, like 600, 500 million in his case, 450, 500 million. If there's a cap, that cap is going to be a very important part of what it is that how these teams negotiate. So maybe a team like the Tigers can say to school, well, hey, yo, I know we traded you because of the current system we were under, but you might come back here because if the money's equal and we could pay you what everybody else can pay you already know us. We know you.
I wouldn't come back. If I'm Schoolboy, I won't come back.
But why wouldn't you
out.
come back? It's not like they... Let me ask you a question.
I'm going to be honest. I think the moment Scooble is traded, I think the Central, it comes down to two teams. Either it's the Cleveland Guardians, or I would even put the Royals. Shrek is not here right now, but the Royals now enter that conversation all over again.
Right.
Because I think Scooble means that much to the Tigers. I really think so. I think they go from being a threat in the American League to being a team that probably struggles just to remain at like the 500 mark.
That's a fair point. Here's the only thing I would say is the idea that, hey, sometimes it's not as simple as keep the guy, you know the guy, keep him. It's easy. Sometimes it's not that easy, right? Sometimes it's a little bit more complicated than just saying keep the guy, right? Like there's another factors at play. Like for example, I don't necessarily love the idea that, you know, the Tigers waited this long. Like the Tigers should have known, like, yo, we can't, the market size just won't allow us to keep him. We are not in a position where we can dole out $350, $400 million to one guy. You should already know that that's a problem. You should know that. So what are you doing? You pacifying the fans? Listen, take the Band-Aid off now. And I understand what you said when we spoke. You were like, yo, but what do you tell the fans if you trade them if you traded them last year? You know what you tell the fans? The market size is not going to allow us to keep him.
I think what it tells the fans now, right? Because we can't really worry about too much about what they should have done. But what we have right in front of us, what I think this tells the fan base now is
right.
We don't care. If I'm a fan, that's how I'm taking it.
So, but how? Wait. We don't care.
What are they doing after you trade Scooble? I don't really see the Tigers really doing much. I could be wrong, but I don't really see them digging themselves out of the hole that they're going to put themselves in the moment they have to trade Scooble.
Fair point.
That's why I said what I said about the Cleveland Guardians and the Royals.
I guess my point then is like, so do we not pay attention to market size then? Tell me when's the last time you seen the Detroit Tigers spend that kind of money on a player? It's been like 10, 12 years now.
Miggy, it's been a long time, yeah.
Right. So you can't tell me that they don't care. If the market size can't afford it, right? And you see Detroit, you know you can't afford it. Your franchise evaluation says we can't afford it. Are we gonna say that they don't care because they realistically can't afford to put a team together? If you're
But I
giving
would want to know what's their plan B, right? So at this point, we know you can't afford your own guy,
right,
which is why we're having a conversation about him having to, be moved.
right.
But I kind of feel like you don't just want to, say goodbye to Detroit baseball, right? Like I don't think the fans deserve that either.
No, but see the thing with your plan B question, and I like it, or your plan B solution is the plan B might piss the fans off more than plan A. Because your plan B may not even be worth even pursuing at that point. Right?
So
Like
just tank.
I,
Damn,
I
that's
mean,
harsh. We're talking about back-to-back seasons of making it to the postseason.
yeah.
You get rid of your ace. I would even say your franchise player, really,
I
because
get
that's
it.
what
Yeah.
he is.
It's tough.
And
It's
then you
tough.
go from that to not even being able to sniff anything close to it,
Yeah, I
man. That's a
mean,
tough pill to swallow.
sometimes, but this is why owners like the Illich family, owners like the Lerner family with the Nationals, owners like uh the Marlins owners, and like all owners around the game. The majority of the owners outside of the big market clubs, Boston, New York, LA, maybe even Philly, they want a salary cap. And even George Steinbrenner has been on record like, yo, we need this.
How
This
Steinbrenner?
Hal Steinbrenner, yes, he's been on
Yeah.
record saying he wants a cap. Because obviously he knows I got a shot. Here's where your front office has to be smarter, because here's where trades are going to matter even more.
Yeah.
Trades are going to be the new currency now. You're going to see, and you're going to mark my words, trades are going to happen where draft picks are now going to be traded. Draft picks, not just minor league prospects, but draft picks. Like people, before you even make the pick is going to be on the move.
Yeah, I feel like that should have been a thing for years now. How
It
long
should have
has
been.
the NBA been doing that? Do you know? Or
The NBA has been doing that for the last, I think, about 35 years now.
come on, dude. That's longer than
Yeah.
I've been alive, bro.
I
And
mean,
baseball hasn't even, came
adapted
to.
nothing like that yet.
That's bad, bro. Really bad.
Wow, Jeff Hoffman's in this game in the seventh inning.
Sox fan says he doesn't think that they'll agree to a cap.
Whether they agree to it or not, let me tell you the truth. Then they're the one that's going to lose the money. The players are the product, but the players are the ones that are going to get screwed as a wild pitch gets past Alejandro Kirk's 4-1 Dodgers, and you could start to wrap this one up, kids.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
You know what I'm going to tell you then? If they won't agree to the cap, then they get ready for no baseball for 2 years, because you're going to feel this.
2 years is crazy, bro. I don't see that happening, dude. That's literally is something that I think can only happen in your dreams. It sounds like.
I'm telling you, they are so vehemently against this cap, to Shrek's point, that they're willing to cut their nose off to spite their face, which is friggin' stupid. It's stupid. Just take the cap, bro. You're going to lose out in the end. These owners are billionaires. You are millionaires. There's a different set of economic classes between us. There's a chasm. It ain't just up the block. It's oceans. You a millionaire. You a worker. You an employee. I own it. It's different.
So if that's the case, then that means no baseball at all then for 2027. Like not even a late start. If
That's
you're putting
it.
it like that. Exactly. That's what it sounds like.
Yeah.
Because it's one thing to go through this and then still start maybe at the midway point. But if what you're saying is actually gonna, turn out to be true after all, then I think I was gonna say Shrek, excuse me, Sox fan for life. He says 2028 maybe. We might not see baseball until then, yeah.
Yeah, because look, you're talking about, right? You're talking about the haves and the have-mores. Right? You know how you got the saying the haves and the have-nots? We can't say that. This is the haves and the have-mores. Like, you're talking about owners that are billionaires, B. They got money. They have money. You think they looking at these players going, yo, you know what? Guess what? If we don't play, who they blame? They blame y'all. Because you are the product they go to see. You guys are being selfish. The owners can literally turn to the players and be like, you know what, fam? It's no hair off my ass if we don't play. That's fine with me. You know why? Because at the end of the day, guess what? Guess what? What it all comes down to is simply put, you can't. There was a famous rap line that says, "Your arms ain't, your arms too short to box with God." You can't. You ain't gonna outlast us, dog. My money is longer than yours. Play around if you want to. This lockout is meaningless. Take the cap. Don't fight it. Every other league has accepted it except for y'all. Y'all looking crazy in the face. And here's the thing. It's not like you're... See, this is where we about to get into it because this game is over. I don't care about this. This game is over. Teoscar's about to hit a 3-run yaya. It's over. We talking about this. You are at the point right now where why has every other union accepted this and flourished? You the last one holding out. Why? Why? Do you know that your outlandish contract is killing the game? They're killing the game, bro. Tell me where economically a sport, let alone a sport, can play one player $1 billion.
I mean, listen, those NBA deals are ridiculous now. We talking dudes getting paid like over what, 300, 400 for like 5 seasons, bro.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But we talking about we've been at the 600, we've been at the $300-400 million mark in baseball for the last 10 years now. We've been there already. We seen guys get 300 million, 360 million, almost 400 million. We've been there. We've been at the 300-400 mark, right? Now, Shohei brought in a new level of money. You talking about $700 million, my boy? So Juan Soto 765?
I said it before, and listen, I guess I'm one of those people where it just doesn't make sense to me, right? Because I said
it doesn't make sense.
And I'll
I
say
agree
it
with
now,
you.
but to me, the only player who genuinely deserved the contract that they had gotten recently is Shohei Ohtani. And I'm sorry, not to knock, Juan Soto and what he got. Should live it up, enjoy with your family,
Right, yeah.
But at the same time, I didn't think that Shohei's contract would equate to now Juan Soto. You can get something close to it, and who knows who gets something close to what the two of them got. I'm not really a big fan of that, bro. They lost me with that.
We're not a fan of it, but here's the reality. What do you hear these players all talk about? I like that Volpe comment, Soxman, for like that's funny. What do you hear these players all talk about? Yo, I want to be the guy that sets it up for the next dude. So it don't matter if we think it's worth it. What he got is what he got. So what the next guy is saying is, yo, if you got that, then I'm gonna get this. Right? Like, I'm telling you right now, if Paul Skeens is sitting at the house going, yo, Tariq School will get as much money as you could get, my boy, because when it's time for me to eat, we.
Yeah, he's trying to double that.
So if you pay me 500, 450, 500, they got to give me like 850, 900. We getting $1 billion, then.
That's crazy, bro. But I thought you just said we not seeing that after the
we not seeing it after this lockout. But this argues my point, which is the idea that the players have to give in, right? Because the owners ain't just gonna say, "Yo, it is what it is."
I have a good question actually, right? And it's not that I'm expecting you to have the answer, but I certainly want to see, what's your approach with this.
What's percolating in my brain? Go ahead.
So I understand you said trades are gonna happen more frequently. Guys aren't gonna get some of the deals that some of these dudes have been getting, over the past couple of seasons.
Yeah.
My question is, what happens to these decade-long deals, 10 years plus? Like, is that something that we continue to see moving forward, or does that now become Maybe 7-8 is the new 10 or something like that.
So what I would suggest is that there is a thing called the I don't know what they're gonna name it, but in the NBA it's called the Birds Right clause, where the team retains the right to their players. Now, if this is a salary cap driven league now, right? Soto's gonna have to be grandfathered in. Otani's gonna have to be grandfathered in.
Yeah, of
These are
course.
gonna be the last deals that we see of the long extension variety, right? Now, remember, Kobe Bryant was the last guy to get a 7-year deal. One of his deals with the Lakers was like 7 years at like. Oh, matter of fact, it was Dirk. Dirk got a 7-year deal from the Met. Dirk was the last guy to get 7 years. Nobody in the NBA. I remember they used to give out 7, 8-year deals, and everybody was like, yo, damn, I don't know how we gonna do this. It's crazy. We can't.
They were saying that then about 7 to 8 years.
Yes.
And here we are in baseball talking about 10 years or more.
Which is why you ever wonder why they instituted the max contract, the super max contract? Those maxes only go up 5 years. We don't go up past 5 years.
Yeah, but that money within those 5 years is crazy, dude. Like some of these dudes, what they make in a single season is what it takes like 2-3 years for other guys, you know?
And that's what I'm saying. It's still going to be the same in baseball, but it's not going to be over 10 years. You're going to see a player make $100 million a year in baseball.
The AAV, right, is going to be
in
crazy.
1 year.
Yeah, I hear you.
They're going to make $100 million in a year, but that $100 million, it's at least, we could at least structure it where this is salvageable now, right?
100 M's in a year is crazy. You know what it is? No, whether we stick to the way it is now,
It's
or even,
insane.
Yeah,
the amount of money
is crazy
insane.
regardless.
Yeah, no.
Because I'm listening to what you're saying, and I'm like, okay, less years, still a lot of money involved, maybe not as much, but what they earn yearly is going to be ridiculous.
See, but I also think what baseball is going to do is that you talking about. You see that $100 million I'm talking about? That's going to be for rare exceptions. What I mean rare exceptions, I'm talking about the Skeenses, give me a young guy right now, the James Woodses.
Right.
The friggin' them dudes. Like if Bobby Witt didn't sign a contract before this, he would have been in the $100 million club a year. I'm trying to think of names. Just think Aaron Judge. Aaron Judge would have made $150 million a year. If he didn't sign that 9-year deal a couple years ago, he would have made $100 million, $150 million. Easy. Because look at what the NBA, look at Jason Tatum just signed for 60. Jaylen Brown's are like, somebody I just saw sign a crazy max, and they're almost at 66, bro. Karl Anthony Towns, if you do the math on his max, this guy's making like $53 million a year. By the time we get to and that's why we wonder, right? The NBA television money is like $77 billion for 11 years. So we may say it's crazy bread, but if your TV revenue is $77 billion, bro, you got it. You got it.
Damn, Sox fan coming for your boy. He says Karl Anthony Towns is a joke. Your Sox fan be easy, bro, because it ain't looking too good for y'all, man, with Tatum out.
That's why he put his foot in your asses last night, though. Relax, young boy.
That I agree with. Jaylen Brown is not worth the contract.
None of these players, now Sox fan for life, I'm joking, but we agree. None of these players are worth that kind of money. Like, if you asking me, Karl Anthony Towns ain't worth what he's getting paid. Hell no. If it was me, Karl Anthony Towns would barely be making $30 million. You don't do enough on both sides of the ball where you are worth that money. Like, Shohei is a different game. We got to start thinking about Shohei as, you know what I mean? Like, Shohei's different.
That's why I said he's the only exception.
He's a real unicorn. Like, I'm going to be honest with you. You know who Shohei reminds me of in a basketball sense? Wemby. Wemby is Shohei. Wemby could go down the court, shoot a three, block his shot, come back, next possession, dunk, next possession, get a rebound, next possession, get a steal. You know what I mean? Like, he can do it on both ends. When you could do it on both ends like that, bro, and be great at it, you're different. It ain't just, oh, we just giving it to dudes just to give it to dudes. You know who's getting hurt if there's a lockout? Who gets hurt is the middle player. I'll describe what I mean by the middle player. Who gets hurt is the Jazz Chisholms. Who gets hurt is the give me a couple names.
I get what you mean. Like number 3
the
starters.
middle of the road
Yeah.
guy. Yeah, B. Like the guy who gets hurt is the Kevin Gosbins. Right? Like
And we've already been seeing it over the past few years to a certain extent, but I get what you mean though. It's only gonna get worse moving forward.
yeah, B. It's
gonna be guys, and we're seeing it already, but
yeah.
there's gonna be guys who literally like they absolutely deserve a chance to get a multi-year deal at the big league level,
And they
but
don't get it.
just won't. Yeah.
And like the NBA is doing the same thing. Why you think a lot of these NBA players, like you telling me Victor Oladipo can't play on somebody's bench? Victor Oladipo's playing overseas right now. Victor Oladipo right now, to me, should be on the NBA bench. He's not, because they don't value veterans.
Yeah, there's a couple of guys. I remember Jamal Crawford was another guy who I felt like could have played a little longer, but
DeMarcus Cousins got to play in Puerto Rico. DeMarcus Cousins can't play on somebody's bench.
No, well, here's the thing. While I remember DeMarcus Cousins, but he's a firecracker, dude. He's
I'm
a
talking
problem.
I'm talking about production. Draymond Green's a firecracker at that point. Like, come on now, man.
I know what you mean. But I remember DeMarcus Cousins being a guy, and you mentioned Draymond. He goes at it with everyone, right?
Dwight. You telling me Dwight can't get off somebody's bench for about 10 minutes?
Dwight is another guy who I think.
What we talking? I gotta go to Taiwan, bro.
Yeah.
Like I look at, like, there's somebody today that I saw had to play in the Japanese league. Yo, let me ask you a question. We all kill him because we think he's crazy. Yo, how is it that Adam Jones, bro, had to go play his last 2 years in Japan? Why?
I remember that. Yeah.
That's crazy to me, bro.
Right.
Whether you whether Rizzo had the type of ending you like, Rizzo is a veteran. That just having him in the clubhouse, yo, I understand it.
Now I think those days are over, bro. Yeah, those days are over.
And that's the sad part. And that's why, to me, there are times in sports where I need the veteran gunner that's just going to come off the bench, understand the assignment, and hit one yaya. Because these young guys, they don't understand what this is like, right? Like, I'm going to be honest with you. You know what I had a hard time with? The way Brett Gardner left the game. That's ugly. That is ugly. A veteran with that much integrity, that much knowledge about the game. You leaving the game like that, that's ugly, bro.
And he always suited up too, you know.
That's ugly, bro. And so what happens to, like, Kershaw? He's the last of a dying breed, son. They're not letting pitchers pitch into their 40s no more.
Yeah, Kershaw,
no
Max, Justin
CC.
Verlander, yes.
Yeah, the last of the dying breed. You not pitching to your 40s, bro. What for what? No way. Because they don't value the veteran presence, right? Look at all these young teams, bro. Why you think the older teams are the ones that win championships? Dodgers, old. Old. The Nationals, when they won, they veteran team, old. Veterans win championships, bro.
Yeah.
I know the youngin', it's a young man's game, it's a young man's sport, it's a young man that, like, yo, nah, B. Why you think, I tell people all the time, listen, till Steph Curry retires, I'm gonna give Golden State a puncher's chance to get to the finals every year because he's him. He's him. Jimmy in the playoffs is different. They're them. Same thing in baseball. When you got a veteran team that just been here before, that's different, son. Like, I kind of don't like the fact that we sitting here. Jorge Polanco, you know what Jorge Polanco signed for, bro? 1 year, 7.75 million.
Right, I remember. Yeah, it was cheap.
Are you kidding me, bro?
And look at how many big moments he had for the
He
Mariners in the
went
postseason alone.
crazy in the playoffs, my boy.
Yeah, yeah.
What? What are we even what are we talking about, bro? Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I kind of feel bad for the dude that says, well, nah, you too old. 35, they kicking these dudes out the game at 35, bro.
Nowadays, yep.
Remember when the 35-year-old was on the bench and he would come off there's no Chili Davises anymore. There's no Steve Pierces anymore to bring it back to a more modern time. They already listen. There's gonna be a point in the next couple years where Salvador Perez is not gonna be on the road. They're gonna retire Salvador Perez before he's ready to go. They do these dudes dirty, bro. It's a dirty game, bro. It's nasty.
Right.
And you don't think with a salary cap, where the money's gonna even be more finite, that they're gonna do this to even more veteran players? That's nasty, bro.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's only gonna get worse.
That's nasty.
Not only are we talking about it, from a baseball standpoint, but also across just sports in general.
Yo, it's why you think the NBA, the NFL is so cutthroat? Yo, you could win the Super Bowl for me 1 year, you could get hurt, and I could cut you the next year.
Right, right.
That's nasty, bro. That is, as soon as you're guaranteed money, this is the thing too. I wonder how baseball is going to structure this, because is it all guaranteed, or are you going to put in options where injury triggers the contract being voided after a certain time? Especially for a pitcher, right? Because you know what they do in the did I tell you what they do in the NFL? Somebody will sign a contract. The contract will say $100 million. Let's just say for $100 million. Let's just make $100 million. But you got to read the fine print. It says $100 million contract over 4 years, but only 75 of that is guaranteed. That means once that guarantee runs out, they cutting you, bro. You ain't seeing that other 25. And I wonder if pitchers, they're going to start to do it with pitchers where you're going to start to see it where we'll give you your $150 million, but only 85 of that is going to be guaranteed. To prevent from injuries, to prevent from us having to pay liabilities, to prevent us having to pay insurance. It's about to get dirty for baseball players.
Then that's kind of tough, because while I do get it from the owner's standpoint, it's risky, right?
It's nasty.
But at the same time, if I'm a pitcher, in a way, you're kind of like alienating them,
Right.
Because it's like, wait, damn, so you telling me I don't deserve what an everyday position player gets? Like, that's crazy.
And then here's the thing. It's going to put a premium on. Yo, you throwing every 5 days. You're not playing every day. You want how much money? To do what? You had how many Tommy John surgeries? And my cap projection says I'm only excuse me, my cap projection says I'm only available this much money this season. Dirty game, dog. You're gonna start to see things get real crazy, because Trek even says it. 31 with a salary cap.
Sox fan,
right? Sox fan. And the thing about it is the Red Sox are another one. Right? Like, you just gave Crochet all this bread. Can you afford to pay anybody else? Like, on the pitching side, if this cap goes into effect, what's the number that we're topping out at? Is it at, I should say, is it at 200 million, 250 million? Like, what's the number? Where does it stop? Tough. Like, the Mets are going to pay for this. The Dodgers are going to pay for this. The Phillies.
Mm-hmm.
Know what I mean?
All these big market teams.
Yeah, listen, think about this, bro. Why do you think the finals in the NBA was last year was OKC, Indiana? Because it's a cap sport. I could keep Shea Gilgeous. I could keep Tyrese Halliburton. I could keep Lou Dort. I could keep blah, blah, blah. I could keep Chet Holmgren.
Then that means if you're the Dodgers, listen, you want to make sure you win this year, next year, and then
And that's
listen,
it.
yeah, that's it.
Because now
Go for the 3P while you can. Go for it.
there might be a situation now where you're gonna look at me crazy. Why you think the Phillies are investigating trading Bryce Harper? They know what's coming. Why you think I'm telling you, yo? I wouldn't be surprised if the Mets trade Lindor in a year or two.
Let me ask you this though. The Lindor one, that'll be hard to believe. Not that I don't think it's gonna happen, but I gotta see it to believe it.
Okay.
The Harper thing though, because we have talked about it, and I know mainstream media as well. I've been seeing some stories over the past week or two. It's starting to come out.
That's why you gotta watch right here, baby. You gotta
Right.
watch right here.
Do you think between now and the end of the 2026 season is there, like, if you had to put a percentage on it, maybe 25, 50, 75, what are the chances that Bryce Harper is moved?
So he gave quotes to Matt Gelb of The Athletic about how, he was offended that it came out and Dave Dombrowski made the comments. And the one thing I'm going to tell you is Dave Dombrowski is very calculated. He don't make comments just to make comments. He makes comments because he wants you to know. Yo, you playing like trash. You ain't been good the last two playoffs. We about to, you know what I mean? We about to get to a point where I might not be able to keep all you guys together. Yo, Bryce, as painful as this is, as Vladdy just fouls a ball directly off his ankle, that brother is hurting right now. But I give it a percentage chance, and I'll tell you, it might happen as early as this winter right here.
You think so? If you do that, then you might as well just blow it up. Like, don't even bother bringing Kyle Schwarber back. Don't entertain Suarez.
They might have to, yeah. You don't think they know? They know.
Wow, man.
Bryce Harper, listen, you got to understand. Bryce Harper doesn't make public statements about his future unless he knows there's something to it. You think he wants to talk to the media? Yo, I just spent 6 months talking to y'all. I don't want to talk to y'all now. I want to go to the beach. I want to go to the you know what I mean? See the Sphinx in Egypt somewhere or something. I want to talk to y'all. You think he's talking because he wants to talk? He's talking because he knows, yo, Dave might trade me. It might happen.
Damn, that's crazy. This winter's going to be crazy.
Yo, bro, why you think I've been saying to y'all? I've been saying to you privately and publicly, yo, it's going to be the craziest winter we've seen in 25 years. You think, yo, dog.
See, for me, the Scooble move is big, right? But that alone doesn't do it for me to consider the winter to be like something massive.
Son.
But with everything that we're talking about right now, I could see how it could end up being something like that.
I'm gonna be honest, yo, it's real. I'm being real with you, son. There's gonna be a point this winter where there's another trade that comes out that we are sitting here going, yo, wait, what the hell? I didn't see that. I didn't see that coming at all. I thought he was the franchise. Another franchise player of consequence will be traded this winter. I promise you.
In addition to Tariq Skubal, right?
Harper. I'll give you names. Let's play it forward. Harper, Seager. To a degree, Judge.
I could see the Rangers getting rid of Simeon before they do Seager, though.
To a degree, Judge. To a degree.
Judge ain't going on.
Okay.
Ain't no chance in hell, bro. The Yankee Stadium will literally, people from the Bronx will lit the stadium on fire.
Yo, if you don't think that if this new salary cap system comes and the Yankees got to stay young, you don't think Brian Cashman did not want to give him this bread. Brian Cashman's the same person that told Derek Jeter, yo, fam, I'm done with you. We're done. This is done.
This is the one that I just don't see. The others, possibly, for sure.
What I'm telling you is, if Brian Cashman walks up to Hal Steinbrenner and says, yo, boss, I could save you $150 million over the next 5 years. What? Yo, dog.
If that happens, you might as well kiss Yankee baseball goodbye.
He is, What you gotta understand that this dude is an economist. He's not a baseball owner. He's an economist. Yo, Yamamoto, I'm telling you, son.
Because understand what you're saying right now, right? Because I just want to paint a brief picture for those who are listening to this, whether it's live, shout out to you guys who are here, or after the fact.
Right.
So are you telling me that there's a chance that the post-Judge era in the Bronx could happen sooner rather than later?
I'm saying there's a chance.
Because that's my understanding.
I'm saying there's a chance, yes.
Wow, that's scary. Because the thought of the post-Judge era in itself was already scary.
I'll paint it in this light because people understand. Shrek with a good question. Shrek with a very good question. Shrek with, in fact, the most important question probably. If you can't win with him, why not? Why not?
Well, I think they probably already know that they can't win without him, but it's the one thing that literally nobody would see as a negative, which is why they brought him back to begin with. Because even the game is over. Even you had said, Stefan, like when Judge was a free agent, that you would have allowed him to go elsewhere. Like, yo, you want to go to San Francisco? Go ahead.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Like, this is why I'm gonna tell you, right? Like, let's just keep playing the NBA angle, because you watch ball enough to understand where I'm going when I make these comparisons, right? Yo, dog, how many NBA players that got years on their contract? You're like, he ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. He ain't going nowhere. Bow. He moved because it's a cap. I can't afford to keep him. The team, we're not winning, right? You don't think that the Bucks don't want to trade Giannis? They know they got to, though.
Yeah, he's out for sure, yeah.
Market size ain't going to be able to. I can't do nothing. I'm stuck, bro. Why you think the Lakers are fishing around the idea of like, yo, if LeBron don't retire, we just gonna have to cut this dude and then do something. We can't keep paying old heads, dog. This is why I'm saying what I'm saying to you. And this is coming from a real Knicks fan perspective. And I love the Knicks. You already know I'm a huge Knicks fan. This window is done. They got 1 year. If you don't win it now, you ain't winning it, dog.
Mm-hmm.
Because Mikhail's gonna get more. You're gonna trade him. OG becomes expendable. Because why? I'm gonna keep a high salary cap and I can't win a title? Why?
Right.
Doesn't make sense. Yamamoto is an animal. I agree 1,000%.
It's a different feeling for y'all tonight, King Cash.
Yo, Shinobu did his job, B.
Right.
He did his job. Yo, somebody get that dude some sake, some Japanese whiskey or something.
I was wrong about how the Dodgers were gonna win tonight, because last night I had said that, it was gonna be damn near a home run derby for them, but they didn't need that,
Nah, this brother was cruising, bro. That's
back to back complete games now, right?
Yeah,
crazy.
All right, Sox fan for life, and I don't know if you trolling or being serious, but I agree with you. This is the year. This is it for them, son. Because with this current incarnation, though, because Brunson's going to be here. Brunson's going to retire at Nick. He's going to be a Nick till he's can't put on sneakers no more. But everybody around him is going to get traded, dog. Like the Dodgers know. If we don't win now, it might be, forget next offseason. They might move right now. What? What are we talking about? And then the thing is, too, right? You're going to give the Guardians a chance now. Why do you think they want salary cap? So the Guardians got a shot. So the Athletics got a shot. So,
yeah, the World Series could be very different over the next 2 years after that.
Yeah, B. Like, we could be hosting World Series in, like, Tampa.
You might have a Rockies White Sox World Series.
You feel me? Yo, we might be doing 27 hours from Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Eating Permani Brothers. Them sandwiches out there. I heard Permani Brothers make some.
Sox fan, I see that comment. Scooble going to LA. I don't know, man. If that happens, listen, somebody give me a call in October 2026, because I ain't watching from March to September. Absolutely not. I ain't watching, bro.
Nah, you say that facetiously. Who's doing the show with me? Eh?
Yo, bro, that's crazy though, man. Like, I know we joke around a lot about like, things only occurring in video games,
Know what I mean?
but if that happens,
Yeah.
like that's straight out
That's
of like a
yo.
movie.
I'm telling you, we in movie time, dog. We in movie time.
Wow.
Yo, son, I'll tell you something that's insane crazy. I haven't told you this yet. Right? Like, I'm going to be honest. Like, why you think they're going scorch earth crazy? They want Kyle Tucker. You know why? I can't spend the money like I'm going to spend it now. I can't do that in a few years. I'm going to load the deck. And if you're a player that's a free agent now, guess what? You want the bread.
So you think the Dodgers get at least one more big name
Of
free agent
course.
before the lockout?
Yeah.
Damn, that's scary, man. That's scary.
Because it changes the whole equation after we get out of you gotta understand, bro. Like, I don't think you understand how bad this next offseason is going to be. It's yo, dog. I'm gonna use a word. We getting ready for something that's catastrophic. Catastrophic, dog.
Catastrophic means we, like I said, we just miss out on the whole season and come back in 2028.
If we lucky. If we lucky. If you lucky, you come back middle 2028. If you lucky.
That's
It's
pretty
gonna
bad.
get ugly out here, B.
Somebody's gonna have to give in because at that point, that's too long.
That's what I'm saying to you. So when you sit here and say, "Oh, I don't think," have you not been paying attention what these dudes is fighting for? They fighting. The Tony Clark just made 2 statements. Yo, nah, we ain't going for that. Whether you going for it or not, Tony Clark, it's happening, dog.
Why on earth is he even the guy who like who gave him that title, bro? For real. I'm sorry, Tony Clark. I watched him, throughout his professional career in terms of being a baseball player, but really? Out of all people, I guess.
Why you think I've been yelling at you? What, not yelling at you, but why you think I've been out front loudly, boisterously, vocally? Yo, somebody got to strip Tony Clark of that whole mantle, dog. Like,
yeah, I've heard you say that before.
We got to get to a point where you got to get. There needs to be 2 presidents of the play. There need to be a president and a co-president. One got to be English, and one got to be Spanish.
By now, it should be that way. Yeah.
In fact, you need to do what the NBA does, where you have multiple presidents or multiple levels of player in the union,
right?
Where your international players are also benefited too. Because you're not talking about just Latin America now. Now we're talking about Japan. Mm-hmm. Now we're talking about the Netherlands. Now we're talking about, you know what I mean? On top of the Americans. And you're at a point now where more international baseball players are coming out than Americans. So the international market is going to matter even more.
Yeah, I kind of feel like the last couple of seasons, like other than Juan Soto and the deal that he signed with the Mets, everything has been about like who's coming out of Japan. Roki Sasaki, Yamamoto. Shohei was already here, but just the fact that he got that deal being from Japan is crazy,
Listen.
Yamamoto actually came from Japan and automatically became the highest paid pitcher in baseball history. Like, that's absurd. That's crazy.
Without even throwing a pitch in the big leagues.
Like, homie didn't even step foot on American soil, and he became the highest paid at his position?
Yeah, B.
Wow.
Yeah, B. I think these owners are bluffing about a salary cap because the markets don't want don't want to have the convo about all the... Nah, if they were bluffing, right? If they were bluffing, dog, why you think these players are ready for war? Players ain't playing. I can't play with you. It can't be a bluff, and we leaving right now. It can't be a bluff if only 3-4 teams always win a championship.
Mm-hmm.
There needs to be some level of like parity and diversity, and everybody got to get a turn. You can't see the Dodgers against whoever survives the American League every year. Then you're talking about a monopoly.
That's a good example because if you really think about it, I don't know the exact number. King Cash, maybe you know, but over the past 10 years, how many times have the Dodgers appeared in the World Series?
Let's go through the math. Let's do the math.
Yeah, it's a few.
17. 17. Didn't they go back in 18 too?
Off the top of my head, I don't remember everything. That's what I'm saying. So King
17.
Cash, help us, bro.
The Astros won it in 17, but they beat the Dodgers.
Right.
18 it went back. 19 the Nationals won. 20
5 times in the past 10 years.
What we talking about? This has become the Dodger Invitational right now. You think they don't want that?
Right.
You got to give some teams a shot, bro. Because it was like, look, why you think the NBA wanted to stop super teams? Yo, we can't be seeing LeBron versus Steph every year, bro. That's crazy.
Yeah, listen, I don't know how people feel about it now, but I was one of those people then. Like after the first 2 times, I was like, all right, now, what are we really watching regular season basketball for to begin?
It don't mean nothing, right?
Yeah,
it don't mean nothing, which is why the NBA has made it to where there's aprons now. Like, yo, you can't go above this number, or we taking your draft pick. I told you this. We freezing your pick. You done. They will do that in baseball, bro. There needs to be a level of parity. And the thing about it is, baseball it needs to shorten the season too. The season's too long.
You think that it's a part of this conversation? I don't think so.
It needs to be.
Maybe the next time out, I could see that happening. Yeah.
If you're gonna put everything on the table, put everything on the table. Don't shortchange yourself.
But that's the thing. They're not going to. There's gonna be at least a couple of things that they just don't have an answer for.
The reason why they won't do it right now is because if there is a cap, the players will feel like, yo, we giving y'all too much already. But 162 games is insane, though.
That's a long time, yeah. Listen, I love baseball, but you gotta bring that at least take away a month. Get rid of 30 games at least.
Yo, bro, start baseballing we don't need games in March. We don't need games in April. Bring baseball back at the end of May. Weather start getting warm. You know what I mean? It ain't great. Because, nobody goes to those games in April and May, bro. Stadiums be 25% full.
Unless you're Emilio. Emilio be in the building.
What? Freezing his behind off, dog.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be honest. I hate it. Shorten this to about $1.20, $1.15. Because you know what happens when you shorten the season? The regular season matters more. Now we ain't got teams talking about, yo, I'm gonna chase the last wild card spot. Nah, y'all ain't got time.
See, I have a question for King Cash, because here he says he likes the season, and of course he's a Dodgers fan. But I'm a little surprised because if I were you, King Cash, I would only care about October. Isn't the LA Dodgers all about winning nowadays?
Yeah, at that point, the regular season don't even matter.
Yeah.
That's just trying to get you ready for whatever you about to do.
I'm surprised you say that, King Cash, because the regular season kind of feels like something that's preventing you from what you really want to see.
A shorter regular season might help a team like the Dodgers. Might help a team like the Yankees and all these older teams.
I disagree, actually. The only reason why I disagree is because the way a lot of guys go down for the Dodgers, the long season they benefit from, because now if you got to sit a guy out for a month, 2 months, however long, by all means we could do it. As long as we're ready for this time of the year.
I'm gonna tell you what they won't tell you. I think the Dodgers be manipulating the IL and they be.
Oh yeah, well we had Dodgers fans throughout the regular season this year alone tell us that, that was the vibe they've been getting from their own team.
Yeah, you dudes be manipulating the, you know what I mean? They be manipulating the IL. Yo, this one, he got to hang there. We going to put him there for a week.
Yeah. It was so strange to me that for a majority of the regular season, the Dodgers were without most of their starting pitchers.
And they came back right on time, too.
Yeah, they pitched, but it was never all of them being available and ready at the same time. And then suddenly, as we got closer to the midpoint of September, closer to the postseason.
Yeah.
it was like putting all the pieces together and magically everyone's finally healthy. All right, all right.
Also, too, let's have the conversation. Maybe if you're a baseball player, you don't have to. You get more time to heal. If you go to the World Series, you play until deep in October, right? Damn near November at that point. If a season starts in June, you get, let's do the math on this. November, December, January, February, March. You get like 6 months off. You still benefit, bro. You get a full 6 months off. Spring training should start like middle of May.
It should be shorter too. It should be like maybe 2-3 weeks. No need
Spring
for it to be like a month.
Spring training, we need to play like 15 spring training games, and that should be that.
Yeah. I say like 2 weeks worth, maybe.
That's it, bro. Like 3 weeks.
Because at that point, because right now with the way the Major League Baseball regular season is set up, as you mentioned,
you don't need 6
late
weeks.
March, April.
6 weeks of spring training is crazy.
No, even disregard the spring training standpoint. I'm just talking about what it feels like to be out there, just the weather itself.
Oh, yeah.
If you play later in the year, there should be no reason why you don't already show up prepared or where you should be, at least closer to that, right? Because you don't got to deal with the weather still being, 30 degrees, still snowing in Colorado, Detroit, like it's
dog,
completely different.
In New York, you freezing in April and May. You was out here free. You can't feel your
be
fingers.
honest. I don't even think New York got it bad compared to some of these other states.
No, I know, like
bad.
Cleveland and Chicago and Colorado. Yeah,
that's what you call winter.
No,
Because winter over here on the East Coast for us, that's like fall for them, spring. For real. Like, oh, y'all complaining that it's like 40 degrees?
Yo, that's crazy, bro.
I think so.
Yo, you know what's crazy? Where Shorty lives, she was telling me that like 4 hours away from her, there's already snow caps on the mountains. There's already snow on the mountains.
Damn. And I've been hearing some things too, leading up to like the weather and the way that it is now. A lot of people who work like for the news, they've been saying like, "Yo, this is gonna be one of those winter. This is crazy."
Yeah, bro, it's gonna be crazy. Yo, yeah, bro.
Like I came in, I think like. So I got into the crib like an hour before the show, right? I ate and whatnot. I had this jacket on today. Came in. I didn't even take it off because right now, out here in CT,
it's freezing.
Like, it's like 30-something degrees, bro. I'm going to tell you right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you guys right now, chat.
Yeah, B.
43 degrees right now where I'm at.
43 degrees is wow. King Cash says spring training can definitely be cut down.
Absolutely.
If international guys get drafted, would MLB still have to pay them? Pay for them to post? What do you mean? Explain that. I think I know what he means.
Mm-hmm.
I think I know what he means. It's 45 is crazy, bro.
Hey, man, Sox fan for life. I mean, it feels good to be able to relate to you, but not so much.
Nah, I want King Cash to clarify this before we head out.
I think what he's saying is if they combine.
Oh, pay Japanese teams to post play it. That's a good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think at that point you should just put those players in the draft and get rid of the posting system.
That's what I was gonna say. Yeah, before you had showed that comment, I had a feeling like he was leaning towards something like that.
At that point, do it. Make it so that everybody gets a bit of a, like, you know what I mean? Like, it's crazy. Yo, baseball got to go through a whole transformation, reclamation.
Still living in the past to a certain extent. It's time to get with the now.
They need to get to a point where, like, we should have been having this salary cap conversation like 30 years ago at that point, dog. Like, you needed to update, and now you're at the risk of making your sport damn near inconsequential to the masses. Not me and you, because the niche people will be it. We love it too much, but I'm talking about to the 15-year-old, the 16-year-old, the this, the that. Yo, you might have to even think about shortening the game. Yo, not ending this too long. These dudes' attention spans is like like that, dog. Yo, 6 inning games, 7 inning games. 9 innings is too long.
I
That's three
played I played
hours,
seven and well, high school was the last time I played, and those games were 7 innings.
and they flew by, right?
Yeah, I would say so. Mm-hmm.
Know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like
those games
you,
used to be over in like no more than 2 hours, maybe
yeah,
less than
you
two
might have to.
hours.
You have to make it like 7 innings, though. Maybe on a good day,
Right.
because we love 9 innings, but like I'm talking about for the general consumer that doesn't love the game. 9 innings is a long time, man.
Right. And also
That's
too, if you look at like where
hmm
society is headed, society is already favoring things that are shorter, things that are not as long.
yeah.
So I think baseball and some of these other sports moving forward are gonna have to adapt.
This is a good point by King Cat. That's a good point, King Cash. I didn't even think about that. So you just said it just now, brother. Nah, but even in the regular season too, bro. Because the reason why I say that is now I want to be at the yard for as long as possible. I don't mind being at the yard for 3 hours. I don't mind it. I have no issues with whatever, but
It also makes for good content now, right? That's the thing too.
it does. But I'm saying to you, and this is all strictly for content purposes. If we're asking, if you're asking the content creators like us to be the new frontier, your game also has to resemble something of the new frontier. You have to do something different so that fans of a younger generation don't get lost in the sauce because you don't know how to deal with those fans.
And the other thing too is, since you mentioned us and the fact that us being content creators for the game, we talk to the people, right? So we
Word.
we know what the people want. Like whereas Major League Baseball, they're going based off ticket sales and the ratings for games and things like that. We are here, like we talking to you, King Cash, Sox fan for life. Like we here chopping it
To
up,
have an
really
engagement.
understanding like what people prefer versus the way things currently are.
Yeah, and King Cash, hold on, wait. Say that again. You're praying for a longer experience at games. Who's gonna pay going to pay for a game?
Nah, I don't see ticket prices being a part of this. Nah.
Not. In fact, the ticket prices might go up more because the games are now gonna put at a premium. Now, if you want to watch the Yankees and Dodgers at Yankee Stadium, knowing there's only about 120 games, the owners might make more money then because you could put the ticket prices at a crazy point.
Mm-hmm.
Laker games are expensive. You know why? Because there's only 41 times you get to see LeBron James. There's only 41 times you get to see Jalen Brunson at Madison Square Garden.
Yeah, I was gonna say Nick games too. Like you've told me about like the ticket prices there, and even before they were good, it was crazy.
It was crazy expensive. So the owners might benefit if you could say, hey, we shortening the season, 162 games is just too much. You don't get no bang for your buck. Now you're gonna get bang for your buck when it's a big ticket. But if all the games mattered as a whole, yeah, of course. And that's why I feel like both parties are just wrong. They're not, you don't see I feel like baseball doesn't see the bigger picture. And I think that's the where we're kind of like, hold on. No, you want fans to spend.
Damn, that's messed up.
I mean, sometimes the way, if when you put it like that, I get your point. But like, these dudes are all about making money, right? So whatever makes them the most money is what they're going to do.
Right.
And so if a billionaire owner could keep a couple billions in his pocket and we got to lock out the players, then that's it.
I get it. Yeah. It's
Yeah.
it's while we're not in the shoes of a billionaire, it's important to keep greed in mind, while having these conversations. Because that's how a lot of these people operate.
That's all it's about, bro.
Mm-hmm.
It ain't about nothing else. It ain't about for the betterment of the game. It ain't about for the sports overall health. They don't care about that.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't care about that. Because if you cared about it, we wouldn't be having to pay for streaming services every 5 minutes.
Oh, I don't think we've seen anything yet. I don't think we have. I feel like this is just like scratching the surface, bro.
That's what I'm saying.
I wouldn't be surprised if, and listen, I could be wrong, right? I'm actually kidding when I say this too. But I wouldn't be surprised if the Super Bowl, the World Series, the World Cup suddenly became like pay-per-view events in the future. Who knows, bro?
Why you listen? Fox and ESPN. Why you think they're trying to create a merger where they come together and they own all the sports? Ain't dumb. Fox, ESPN, and Prime. Yo, this is where we going. Fox, ESPN, Prime, Apple TV, and Peacock.
Yeah, but you see, in the case of ESPN, I think what benefits them is the machine behind them. Disney, because prior to that, I don't think ESPN would be a part of this conversation anymore, you know?
Yeah,
But because they have that massive machine that we all know is Disney, that's what's keeping them relevant.
for sure. Anyway, not only you going King Cash, but we going too. We will talk to you guys on Monday night. Game 3 is Monday night back
Yeah.
at Dodger Stadium.
Do y'all think people are going to go to the Super Bowl just to see Bad Bunny? Absolutely, yeah.
Absolutely.
I think so.
Of course.
Mm-hmm.
He's that. You talking about one of the biggest artists in the world. People are gonna. You got people thinking about going to the game that don't even like football just to see this dude perform, son.
Yeah.
I mean,
I think, I don't know if I already said this on the show or not. Maybe I did, but I don't remember. I think, didn't Kendrick like set the record for like viewership?
yo, son,
I think Bad Bunny might multiply that. I'm telling
he's
you.
gonna do at least 3 times that.
Yes. Yes.
Because you're not just talking about America. You're talking about all of Latin America plus.
Yes.
Nah, B.
Yes. We talking about Dominican Republic, Colombia,
Yeah,
Brazil,
The whole Latin,
Mexico.
the whole
I mean,
Latin hemisphere is gonna go crazy.
yeah, dude.
Crazy. Anyway, we out of here, guys. This was fun. We will see you guys on Monday night, same
Right.
time. Hopefully, the game's a lot more interesting than this game tonight because this game was basura.
I like today better than yesterday, though. Like, if I had to choose between games,
well, Yamamoto was filthy. That was fun, but like
Right,
these games
right.
have been. There's no type of like excitement at all. Like the 9th inning game's a dud.
True, true.
All right, so we'll see you guys Monday night, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Peace.